Just because I finally figured out how to use the countdown. I didn't even know that was a thing on here, and then Bree pointed that out. So thank you, Bree. I am actually very glad I found that. So hello, everybody, and welcome to these very random sprints that are happening right now. It is, I'm sure most of you know, day 25 of NaNoWriMo, which means we have 5 days left to get to 50K, and I am sitting solidly at 34,058. So I have a bit of a ways to go until I get there. So I'm hoping that with these sprints, I can get a little bit closer to that 50K. I need to get closer to that 50K, kind of just for my own sanity, not necessarily because like, not necessarily I need to, just for my own sake. I feel like I need to get to 50K. So for those of you who are new here, hello, my name is Madeline Monahan. I normally just go by Maddie, although I will respond to both. I am an aspiring author. I'm a writer, actor, dreamer, as my little banner on YouTube says. And I am currently working on my NaNo project, which is a merfolk pirate-y story. The more I write it, the less pirate it's gotten. So it started off as pirate and it's gone away from pirate. So I'm gonna have to fix that eventually. Someday. So let me know in the comments what you all are working on. And yes, the title does say that Helene Foy will be here, and she will. I promise you that's not just clickbait. Helene will be here. She is going to be joining us at about 3. So just because our schedules are different, times are different. So she will be here at about 3 Eastern Standard Time, I guess I should say. Let's see who is here so far. We have Lizzie, the lovely Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. Always lovely to see you, my dear. And Olivia Vaughn. Hello. I don't believe you've ever been on one of my streams before, but it has also been a very long time since I've done a live stream. So you may have been on here and I just don't know. Who knows? But welcome anyway. It's lovely to see you. And Kira, hello, and just hit 30K. Yes, you and I are kind of in the same boat, Kira. So we're going to get cracking here in a minute, actually. We might just go ahead and jump in here soon. And Olivia says, congrats to Kira. Yes, 30K is always impressive. No matter how or what your total goal is supposed to be, 30K is impressive. That's a novella, y'all. And Jackie just came in. Hello, Jackie. Lovely to see you. And Olivia says, this is my first time. So excited to be here. And it's nice to meet you too. Yay. It's always so lovely to have people here. I love people. And I feel like we need people right now. I never realized how much of a people person I was until this whole pandemic started. And now I need people. It's driving me crazy. So if y'all want to go ahead and tell me what you're working on in the comments for NaNo, what your story is about, I always am interested in hearing. And the way that I normally like to do my sprints is I usually start off with like a 10 to 15 minute warm up, just something to get the ball rolling, get the creative juices flowing. And then after that, I like doing dates. So like historical dates, movie dates, like years basically. So if you have a fascinating history fact and the year it happened to go along with it, it could be one of our times. I don't know why that's a thing on my channel. It's just become a thing on my channel. And I love history. Also, fun fact, November is Native American Heritage Month. And actually, this Friday is Native American Heritage Day. So if you have any fun facts about Native Americans, that I think would be very appropriate to do for our time in honor of Native American Heritage Month. So go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I will get our first doohickey set up. Doohickey. Does anyone say that anymore? Has anyone ever said that? Like, is doohickey a thing? I feel like I'm just talking to myself at this point. Alrighty, let me let me remember how the controls work, and then we can get going. So let's see. Let's do that. Oh my. Oh, that works. So until oh my, hello. So until Helene gets here, I will probably just do that. There, that's fine. And then when Helene is here, you know, she'll pop up and it'll be fun. So if you all are ready, we're going to do our first sprint, our little warm up, if you will. And I even got the ticker going. Oh, I always forget to do that. I actually remembered today. Hey, okay. So if y'all are ready, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy sprinting, y'all. Awesome. So, how did everybody do for sprint number 1? I'm going to go tally up what I did. Isn't that always the question? What did I do? Okay, so I got 325 for that last sprint. Sorry, I'm writing it down because I keep track of it better if I can write it down as soon as I get it. So I got 325. How did everyone else do? That was a good little warm up. Get the blood flowing. Apparently that's my warm up dance. So, I mean, y'all are here. This is what you're getting today. This is what Helene is going to have to put up with when she pops in. Waba. I don't know if y'all are from the East Coast, but here on the East Coast, we have a very wonderful little place called Wawa, and it is a lovely little. It's a truck stop, yes, but they do like actual sandwiches, and they've got really good coffee and snacks and stuff, and oh my god, it's so good. They have this one. This is their seasonal, and they always do this around Thanksgiving. It's called their gobbler. If you're near a Wawa, you need to go get a gobbler, y'all. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying, but but they make a sandwich that is turkey, gravy, stuffing, mashed potato. Oh, well, you can get mashed potatoes on it now, actually. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and cranberry sauce. It's basically Thanksgiving in a bun, and it is amazing. I love it. I love it. It is America in a sandwich. America in a sandwich. And I saw that Charlie popped in. Hi, Charlie. It's so lovely to see you. You are always here, and I really do appreciate that, my friend. And Olivia says, OMG doc load. What do you use for your docs, Olivia? I'm just curious. I normally put everything on Google Drive because I don't trust my computer. So I put everything on Google so that I at least feel like it's still going to be there if something happens to my computer. It actually happened to me the other day. I had to write a paper for school, and I was doing a paper on, I'm a crim major, so DNA analysis and genealogy testing and how it's been used to solve cold cases. And I got a page into my paper, and I was like on a roll. I walked away from it for the night, and when I came back to it the next morning, my paper was gone. Didn't the autosave didn't come on or anything. It was the most it was so sad. I was so sad. Lizzie opened her document. That's about it. Hey, that's still progress. Olivia says 328 words. Woohoo! Finished her whip on Friday. So now I'm just adding some stuff to get 50K. Now at 45K. Nice. That's actually what I had to do last year because the story that I did last year for NaNo ended up being shorter than I anticipated. So I was like going back to chapters and like adding random words just to get to the 50K. And Jackie got 335. Woo! Very nice. The Wawa just made my fictional start my whip better. Hey, Wawa is amazing. I really do love it. If they ever want to sponsor me, I'd totally be fine with it. Wink, wink. Kira got 200 words. Woohoo! Think I'm going to take a break and get some food in a minute. I've written 1.2K so far. That is awesome. And yes, definitely go feed yourself. I'm praising Wawa, and I'm about to actually undermine that a bit. But I ordered biscuits and gravy from them, and they forgot the gravy. So I just have biscuits, and I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, how am I supposed to eat biscuits and gravy if there's no gravy? Y'all. But it was also DoorDash, and DoorDash has been known to forget things. So it's not entirely Wawa's fault. It just makes me sad because how do you eat biscuits and gravy without the gravy? Lizzie says, live on the East Coast, never heard of the place. It's not actually everywhere on the East Coast. I think it only goes so far as Pennsylvania. And And they don't have it in every state. Started in New Jersey, apparently. That sandwich sounds so good. I have no idea how I didn't know about Wawa. Yes, it's really good. Jackie, I highly recommend it, especially going and getting that sandwich. Oh, so good. It's delicious. Y'all, I just ate lunch and I'm hungry already. Olivia says, I use Google Docs. I once had beta read something for someone in a 100K doc, and 3 chapters from the end, it deleted everything. Oh man. Oh, that's like a writer's worst nightmare. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is upsetting. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. Still backed up at handwritten words. But handwriting is fun too, honestly. Like, I love handwriting. That's how I think that's how most people get started writing. But like, I used to have notebook upon notebook of just random handwritten stories, and I'd throw them at my Meemaw and be like, hey, will you read my story? She was nice about it. So for those of you who are unaware, because I get this question, and those of you who are unaware what a Meemaw is a Southern term for grandmother. So my Meemaw is my mom's mom, so she's my grandmother, but we call her Meemaw because it's cute. Well, yeah, adding has been intense. I'm rebelling this year. Ooh, we've got a Nano Rebel in the comments. So my overall word count is 67K. Nice. Yeah, I probably should have rebelled this year. Just because, especially recently, I have been working on a Hades Persephone retelling, and I really miss it. Like, the further away I've gotten from it, the more I'm like, I really want to go back and do that again, but I really can't until I finish Nano. So I think I should have rebelled this year and just worked on my Hades Persephone retelling. So say la vie. Sorry if I'm making you hungry, Lizzie. Go get your chips and sour cream. I love sour cream. I drown my enchiladas and everything in sour cream. Is great. And well, are you writing in the dark, or are you writing in the light, Lizzie? Because I've tried handwriting in cars before, and that looks like chicken scratch. It's really bad. Don't you near Lacos. Hey, it's okay. It is totally, totally good. Charlotte says, I had a huge notebook called my idea writing book. I was that kid who would sit and just write while all the other kids actually got exercise during recess. We weren't really allowed to sit during recess. We kind of were encouraged to not sit unless we had been running around and needed a break to regain our breath. Like, oh my gosh. I have a shark notebook dedicated to handwriting scenes. Nice. I am not a fan of sharks, but I like that you have a notebook dedicated to scenes. And Olivia had to go, but it was so lovely to meet you. I hope you'll be back. We are going to go until about 5 o'clock tonight, just so that we can get as much in as possible. So Olivia, if you're still here and want to come back a little bit later, you're welcome to. If not, I have a live stream tomorrow with Helene Foy on her channel, and then another live stream on Friday with Helene Foy and Autumn Ashley on Autumn's channel. I think I gotta double check on that, but it's there. It's in the planner somewhere. But thank you so much. And Yaza is here. Hello, Yaza. Always lovely to see you, my friend. I know we say it all the time, but I'm really glad we didn't scare you off. That's just gonna become a running joke now, Yaza. I hope you're okay with that. Lizzie says, I write with my bed night light. It doesn't help that I have bad handwriting to begin with. I do not have good handwriting either, Lizzie. I totally understand. So if y'all are ready for our second sprint, I am looking for times or dates or whatever funky number comes into your mind. It could be past, present, or future. Who knows? But if you have an idea of a time you guys want to go for, go ahead and shout it out, and we will get cracking. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's on the internet now, so this is the way the world works. Na 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 na. Maddie's World. I don't think I can get copyrighted for that because I didn't actually sing it. So, please don't copyright strike me, YouTube. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. My cat is sleeping like right underneath my desk at my feet, and every time I like move, I accidentally like kick her with my toe, and it still scares me even though I know she's there. So let's see what we can do for times. I'm trying to think of like if I know any interesting dates off the top of my head. Oh, well, that's kind of close to what we did. But if you guys wanted to do 1615, 1615 was the Battle of Osaka in Japan, which established the 200 years of isolation that the country then entered into until the Meiji Restoration in the 1860s. So we could do that. But we have one from Charlie. 1892. I like that. I love the 1800s. So many interesting things happened in the 1800s. Let's see what 1892 translates to. 1892 on Google translates to 1932, which, did anything interesting happen that year? I know we were in the Great Depression at that point. Or America was in the Great Depression. I don't know if the rest of the world was, but America certainly was. Did you guys hear the way I said that? America. Oh, man. This is what happens when you have family who lives in the South. All right, so we're going to do Charlie's 1892, which translates to 1932. I have absolutely no idea what happened that year, but you are welcome to Google events of that year and let me know in the comments. And without further ado, well, don't go stand in the soup lines because this is the Great Depression. So there's nothing great I can lead this into. So we're just gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy sprinting, y'all. Yay! I do not have any of the fun, beautiful, melodic, how's that word? the pretty timer thingies. I'm a writer, I swear. So, how did everybody do for that last sprint? I am just going through real quick and seeing what I got. Do 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 do. Alrighty, I got 492 on that last one, which is pretty good for me, especially since I get distracted really easily. Woohoo! So I saw that there were a couple comments before we started. Lizzie's out of sour cream. No. Time to go to the store, Lizzie. I saw Nicole or Nikki came in. Hi, Nikki. And Charlotte's fun fact was 1933 was when it was the first time Nazis won the election. Vargas, am I pronouncing that right? Came to power in 1930s. In 1934, he created a constitution which aided to the new state. Look at you, Charlie, coming in with your facts. Yes, I love it. And the other Nikki is here. Hi, Nikki. Lovely to see you. I was watching Taylor Swift's new documentary movie thing on Disney Plus. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen ads for that. I need to watch The Mandalorian. That's what I need to watch on Disney Plus because I'm a Star Wars nerd and I love Star Wars and I love Mandalorian. Nikki says she's been pretty distracted today. Don't know how I'm going to get to 3K words. The answer to that, Nikki, is in your own time. There's no rush. So take your time, my friend. Words fall right. I'm brainstorming for book 2. Any questions that I should answer? Are you asking about like any questions carrying over from your first book that you should answer? I might have to elaborate on that a little bit, but we can always come back to that. And Devin popped in. Hello, Devin. Howdy to you as well. Lizzie couldn't think because of batteries. 8 lucky charms. Lizzie. It's okay. Isn't that like 90% of our music now? Felt that. And Nikki says hi to Devin. Nikki got 361 words. Yay, that's awesome. And Lizzie is dancing to the beat. Oh yeah. I am fighting with my cat. Well, kind of. She started clawing at my chair and now she has walked away. And she's continuing to walk away. Goodbye, Salem. Just walking off into the sunset. We don't have a sunset. It's really gray and cloudy here right now. So oh, do 12 Hail Marys. No, you're good, Lizzie. All right, so I am planning the plot for book 2. Okay, so any questions? I guess I've never actually planned a series before, so I feel like I'd be the wrong person to ask about that. Just because normally when I write are standalones, so kind of all the questions I have in the book get answered in the book. I don't have another round to go. I've always wanted to write a series, so if you have suggestions as to how to structure a series, I would be more than happy to talk about that. Because I would love to write a series. I think that would be fun because there are definitely some characters who I am very sad to depart with at the end of a story. Some I'm like, okay, bye, I never want to see you again, and others where I'm like, come back. So if people are ready, my gosh, my brain just hold on a second. Go ahead and shout out a time, a year, a date, a historical fact that you guys want to do for our next sprint. Here we go. What are words? They are words. Get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch out, Lizzie. Get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch out. Standalone, yes! I am chock full of standalone ideas. I don't know how the heck to write a series. Like Autumn, over Autumn Ashley, like I'm always asking her, I'm like, how do you plan a series? How do you lay out a series? Because she's working on a trilogy right now. She's working on book 1 of her trilogy. And I'm like, girl, how do you do it? How? I don't know why I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger there. How? Put that cookie down. Sorry. I use cameos and companions to keep my characters alive. I love it. I love that. That's a good idea. Kind of do that Disney thing where if you watch Disney movies, especially recent ones, they'll like have character cameos, like how Flynn and Rapunzel were in Frozen. I like that. Nikki says, I think my book could be a series, but I'm not really sure yet. I don't know if I have enough plot for that. Nikki, that is the exact same problem that I run into, is that I think of a story idea, and I think which is weird because I watch a lot of like movie series and stuff, but I think of things as a single story, a beginning, middle, end, and when the end happens, you're done, no more. And so I feel like I don't have enough of a plot when I plan out stories or think of stories to go into more than just, what's it called? More than just what I have. Like, I don't know how to expand it further. I jumped. Yaza suggesting 1995, the year Braveheart came out, also the year Pocahontas came out, also the year I was born, also the year that the Tokyo gas attacks happened in Tokyo, also the year that the earthquake happened in Kobe, which was, I think, the worst earthquake until the one in 2011. So 1995 was kind of a crazy year, y'all. There was a lot of stuff happening. There was a lot of nonsense happening that year. My book is book 3 out of 4 in Cameo series. Nice. Do you want me to create a forest room? I'm actually not going to create a forest room today. I mean, you are more than welcome to, Nikki, if you want. I just am not going to set one up today, mostly because I'm still trying to learn the app. But if you would like to set up a forest room, you're absolutely more than welcome to. I love the app. I think forest is a lot of fun. And I just got a little pumpkin scarecrow, so I'm very excited about that. Devin is oh God, what number is that, Devin? Hold on. 2, is that trillion? Oh my gosh, SpongeBob is failing me. There's like an episode where he like goes through and shows you what's what. I don't know. It's a lot. That's a lot of zeros. I mean, if that was like a check, that would be lovely, Devin. If you want to send that check this way, that'd be great. That might be a little bit too long. That's like a quest. Yeah. So with the second book, Damien's brother takes over. Damien is so sad. Huh. I don't know. I mean, as long as I feel like you feel like it flows still, like you're still telling like part of the same story and not like something completely new. I mean, I don't know. I think it should work. Again, I don't know anything about writing series. Who knows? I don't know if that's a reasonable number there, Nikki. I don't know. Charlie says, I tried to create a series, but now it's becoming a standalone. I'm bad at cliffhangers. Oh my gosh, me too. Thank you. I can do cliffhangers and like at the end of a chapter. I can't do cliffhangers in the end of a book. And the reason I think why that is because I have seen too many movies. I'm blaming the movies on this one, but I've seen too many movies that end on a cliffhanger. And then nothing happens. They don't get enough money to do a sequel, or they're not popular enough. And it's like, why did you end it on a cliffhanger? Oh, it's the worst. I hate it. So that might be why I'm a little bit apprehensive when it comes to cliffhangers. Nikki says she's writing her first book in a trilogy. Well, again, if you have any advice on how to write series, tell me. I want to know. And Nikki, I'm sorry, has made a forest room. So for those of you all who wow, that's the first time I've said you all. Normally I just say y'all. That felt weird. So if most of y'all are unaware, there's an app, a really fun little app called the Forest app. And it's kind of become a popular thing, I think, on AuthorTube. And it's supposed to help with focus and productivity. And so if you go to the App Store, or if you have the app, you do have the option to join a room. And Nikki has so graciously created a forest room. So this is the code that you would put in for that room. So if you have the Forest app and want to plant a tree, go ahead and click that. I will warn you though that if you leave the app, the tree will die. So please don't leave it if you join it, because if one person leaves, everybody's tree dies, and that does not look good in your forest. So, does anyone do 2 POVs in one book? I'm actually doing 2 POVs right now. I'm doing it in third person though. So it's kind of like a chapter per character. That's what I've been doing. And Nikki says 20, 25 minutes. Yes, we are going to do Yaza's suggested 1995. I just don't know what that's going to translate to in the timer. So I'm going to get to the rest of the comments, and then we will do, yeah, that one. And Courtney's here. Hello, Courtney. I don't think you've ever been here before, so welcome. If you have, then welcome back. I'm not actually sure. If you're joining the app, make sure you turn off your deep focus mode. Yes. So everyone just follow Nikki's instructions when it comes to the Forest app. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. Just don't kill the trees. And I forgot how many coins it is, but once you get to like a certain number, you can actually ask them to, the people who created the app, I think, to plant a real tree. So good for your brain, good for your productivity, and good for the environment. That is a triple whammy. It's the end of Nano, Lizzie. I think everybody's brain is broken. And Courtney is at 30K and ready to keep going. Awesome. Well, since you are ready to keep going, oh, Yaza did it for me. Yaza, thank you. You're so wonderful. It translates to 2035. See, where would I be without Yaza? So 2035. Okay, cool. Thank you. So if you all are ready, we are going to do 2035, which is 1995. So get your kilts and your war paint and tell whoever is giving you negativity in your life that they may take your wives, they may take your land, but they can never take your freedom. Just don't actually like go to war with anybody, please. All right, so we're gonna get charging in 3, 2, 1. Happy sprinting. That's an annoying sound. Shall I stop it? Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already noticed, Helene's here
That's
with
so
the
close. That's so close. Oh no. Okay. Would you? Oh,
do you
thank
want me to
you.
do the other one?
I just feel like I'm like, hi guys.
Is that better? Extreme close up. Whoa!
Yes.
Well, hello, Helene, and welcome. Welcome to these random impromptu
No, I
sprints.
so
Thank you
needed
for
this. Oh my goodness.
popping in. So, Helene, for those who may not know you, although I don't know how, because Helene is awesome, would you like to go through your little spiel?
I'm Helene Foy, and I am an
Okay.
author tuber. I post writing-related content videos on YouTube, and I also host some live streams. And I have an Instagram as well, which is mostly just aesthetics and writing prompts at this point. But, you know, I post some updates there too related to my writing. And I'm working on a YA fantasy novel called Project Goldwings for NaNoWriMo. And my poor characters, I have not really been writing a lot. I kind of abandoned my characters this week as I finished up finals, but I turned in my last assignment yesterday, so now I'm ready to get going on writing again because my goodness.
Yay!
But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a
I
great
know.
feeling
Well,
when
but
you get
then
that
this
last
morning I
thing
woke
in.
up and I was sitting in bed like, wait, what if I didn't turn it in? Like, what if there was something wrong? What if my Wi-Fi had gone down? And what if it didn't actually submit it to the Dropbox like I thought? Yeah, that's the kind of person I am.
Uh, it's okay. I'm that kind of person too. Yeah, but I'm so happy that you could join me. Thank you for hopping on. Fun fact, actually, Helene and I became friends because I asked if I could use her writing prompts for a video. So definitely go check out her writing prompts because she's got
I
a lot
almost
of good
forgot
ones.
about that. That's so true. I feel like I've always known
Yeah,
you, but I forget that it's.
I think that was the first time I actually, because we had commented on like each other's stuff, but I think that was the first time I actually reached
Yes,
out.
no, I remember. I remember actually when you had reached out, I was like, oh, she likes my writing prompts. Like I remember feeling so like happy. I was like, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
you should have seen me when you responded. I was like, oh, she's letting me use something yet. It was great. So how did everybody do for that sprint? I actually have no idea how I did. I'm gonna go look real quick.
Me too.
392. How did I get less than the previous one?
That's still good though. That's almost 4.
I feel like the longer we go, the less words I get, like in terms of sprints and stuff.
I think it's the opposite for me because it takes a while for my brain to switch over to like giving my full attention for 20 minutes and then talking. So, and then by the end of a string, usually I can write at a pretty good pace. But yeah. Let me check. I got 195 for that one. I came in at about like the 10-minute mark and it took a long time to get everything set up, but
I don't know. It's all good. It's 195 is still project progress. I can English, I promise. And I saw we had some comments. Becca popped in. Hi, Becca. Becca was actually one of the very first people on AuthorTube who I talked to. So this actually means a lot to me that she has popped in onto this sprint. Becca, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you. You've like made my day. It's so nice of you. And I saw that Charlie had to duck out, but still
I was waving hi and bye.
Bye. Good luck with class, Charlie. I hope everything goes well. People are saying bye to Charlie. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there are so many. And of course, people were so happy when you popped in. Everybody loves you. It just jumped. What the heck? Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Nikki says, pets are so distracting. Have you met Salem? I love her to pieces, but she will not get off my computer. It's so annoying. Oh, man. And yep, only with cats. Only with cats.
My cats won't pay me any attention unless I have my laptop out. And then they'll come sit on my lap just to sit on my laptop. And I'm just like, are you kidding me right now?
Speaking of cats, apparently this is from Lizzie's cat. Live cat updates. I love it. Tell him to type something else exposing all the spoilers.
Copy paste the entire document right there.
I love it. I think Derek could probably use a cat.
Yeah. He probably has. Salem's probably Derek's cat. He probably just like Salem's on the inside, you know?
Salem's got a wire. Lizzie danced around in the kitchen for no reason, only to find my cat walking on my laptop. That whole chain of events is amazing, Lizzie. I love that. Nikki got 146 words. Oh, I'm sorry no one came to the forest room. Some people might not have the app, or they might not have that feature. I think that feature is actually for Pro, and I think a lot of people don't have Pro. So that might be why. I'm not sure though. I'm not an expert in the app. I don't know.
I don't even have the app. I should get it. I hear so many people using it, and it's totally something I would use, but
I love it. I think it's so fun. Until you have to kill your tree, and then you're like, no. I've only had to do that once, and it was sad. Nikki got 387 words, past 39K, and really hoping to break 40K soon. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. We've got our confetti on standby.
I do. It's literally right here.
Wrong way. It's over there. Courtney says, I want to join AuthorTube as a creator, but I'm so scared to speak on camera or people. I know. Yeah, I'm not so worried about people in real life finding my videos. I'm like, what, especially like, you know, family is just going to be like, I saw you on the YouTubes. Yeah, but I get the whole camera shy thing. I've just learned to get used to it because I also do acting. So I kind of have to not be camera shy.
Yeah.
But
same here.
Yeah, but I totally understand. It is a very daunting thing at first, especially if you've never done it before. But eventually you just sort of get comfortable with it. It's kind of like talking to a friend, which is probably a weird way to put it. But at least in my experience, I don't know, Helene, if you have any thoughts.
I would say the same for me. Like, it's always going to be awkward. Like, even for me, as someone who's had acting and I even do film, there's something different for sure about like vlogging versus like being in a film or whatever. So even that was a learning curve. And I think definitely like the first few takes you do is always going to be weird. It's still weird for me. Like I have to take several takes before I even get like the final take for my videos I put out. And so I think it's the same for everyone. Like there's just like a learning curve, and eventually you get used to it, and everyone has it, I think.
Yeah. I think for acting though, it's kind of nice because you have a character to hide behind.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're seeing on camera is not you per se. It is you as a character. So you have that sort of like, you know, wall. Whereas vlogging, it's like, this is who I am. Am I too weird for people? You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. But what you see is what you get. That's a great song by Luke Combs, by the way. It's my theme song. If y'all ever want to go listen to it, highly recommend. Nikki says, I feel that too. I used to have a channel, but it was too stressful. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that there's a lot, depending, I guess, on how much you're doing, of stress that does go with it. You know, but nothing in life is ever a cakewalk. And of course, you know, you can always try it. And if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you. There's no harm done, you know, no harm, no foul. So, you know, I would say experiment with it. Maybe just add, like, to play around with it. Just film yourself, but don't upload it anywhere. And just see if you feel like you can get comfortable in front of a camera. And if not, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. We still love having you here. So, you know, I would just say play around with it. And if you feel comfortable with it, then start uploading. But until then, just have fun, experiment.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I could keep up with a channel. I can't even keep up with my cat. Oh my God, I can't either. The amount of times in like other people's live streams I've had to like get up and run to go get my cat off of something. It's really embarrassing. I don't even know where I am for NaNo. I don't know where I am either, honestly.
Me neither. I have not checked that NaNo website since week 2 because I didn't do a vlog for week 3 to catch up on writing and finals. And because of that, I haven't even gone on the website at all. So
I don't know. I mean, I know where I am now, but as far as like daily stuff goes, I have no clue. So I can't tell you what I did when. Is it? Oh, Nikki, you didn't word it in any way or anything. No, you're good. You're totally fine. I need 19K and then I will win NaNo. Yes! I think we just need to do a couple of 5K days, don't you?
yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Kitten is licking cat's neck. Get ready for a fight. Yeah, oh my gosh. Sika and Salem. Like it actually annoys me because Salem will be like curled up in her little ball, taking a nap, and she'll be so cute. And then Sika will come like storming in and like start like tackling her, and I'm like, no, she was sleeping.
Oh, so this is gonna be a fast story, I promise. So speaking of like one cat licking the other cat's neck, so my 2 cats used to hate each other. So we had one of our cats, and she's the sweetest cat, Bonnie. She's the big fat one who's very sweet. Then we got our little cat, Bella, from our neighbor. We'd never met her. Like, we just knew our neighbors were going to give us one of the kittens from their litter. And they must have given us, like, the worst one. She's cute when she wants to be, but that's about it. She hates everyone else the rest of the time. So we got this tiny little kitten named Bella, and she absolutely detested Bonnie, and Bonnie absolutely hated her. They could not be in the same room together. So I kid you not, Bella, the little cat, literally lived in our dining room with the door closed, and Bonnie lived out the rest of our room. And then we would switch them every once in a while so that our little cat could run out. And they did that for 2 years. I kid you not. That long. And then eventually my dad had enough. He's like, okay, I'm done. Like we can't keep them separated. This is way too much work. So he poured tuna juice on both of their heads, and then they went out and they like were getting ready to attack each other, but then they smelled the tuna juice and they started licking each other, and now they're best friends. So fun fact, if you have 2 cats that hate each other, tried and tested.
Father Foy. Oh, Father Foy.
I know.
Your dad is so creative. My dad's solution was just throw the cats away. Like his solution is get rid of them.
I know, it was such a pain because they could not see each other. They would attack each other. But then the tuna juice, and the next day they were friends. They tolerated each other, and now they're like really good friends. But anyway.
Yeah, the only time tuna ever comes into play in our house is when my husband is trying to make a tuna sandwich. And as soon as cats hear that can open, they go running and they're meowing and they're jumping on the counter. Like, you're going to give this to me, right? And it's like, this isn't cat food. Go away.
They're like, no, I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure you're opening that for me, right?
So if people want to shout out a date, a historical date, a fun date for our next sprint, I love history. Say, Helene, did you come with any history facts today?
I did not, no.
Okay. There's no pressure. I'm just curious.
I was the other day researching like historical facts for a potential Revolutionary War story I might write in the future. So there's a lot of stuff that happened in 1777, let me tell you, but I can go back and fact check that and let you know some interesting dates from there, but that's all I have.
I love that. I mean, I always say that there's not enough of stuff from the American Revolution because we have Liberty's Kids and we have the Patriot. That's it. Those are the only two American Revolution things we have, and it's like kind of an important thing in our history. You think there would be a little bit more?
Right. I literally sat down And I was like, I want to write a historical fiction. And I'm like, well, if it's going to be from any time period, it's going to be the American Revolution because Liberty's Kids was my life as a child. So
Henri is my spirit animal. I loved Henri. He was my favorite character in that show. Sarah, I wanted to kick in the face.
I know, she got so annoying.
James, I wanted to kick in the, well, not the face, somewhere a little bit further south. And Henri, I was like, you're too precious for this world. You need to.
Oh my goodness. That was a blast from the past.
Oh my God. I love that show. I still know all the words to the theme song.
Yes. We were showing it to my sister when we first brought her home from China to like, because she didn't know about American history or anything, so we played it for her. And my little sister and I, we started belting out the theme song. We had it remembered. We could remember it. We could remember it from like however many years ago when we last saw it. So funny.
I love it. I love Liberty's Kids. That show was so good. And then you go back and look at the guest, like the celebrity guest list they had for that show, and you're like, oh my God. Like
I know.
Ben Stiller was Thomas Jefferson. Schwarzenegger was von Steuben. Sylvester Stallone was Paul Revere. That one blew me away. I was like, whoa, Stallone's here. Nikki says she has a cat named Bella that we rescued. Your mom had her and her sisters on the side of our house.
Aww.
Aw. That's so cute. And Courtney suggested 1733. I feel like something happened that year. I know 1732 was the year that George Washington was born.
Oh.
Father of our country, and on the British side in the French and Indian War, by the way. But we don't talk about that, apparently. Although we have a road called Braddock Road here, and Braddock was the general in the French. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm turning into my father. He says 2005. Wow, you are a baby. You're about my sister-in-law's age, actually. 1912, the year the Titanic sank, yes. Clearly not the year it was built. And Courtney says, I saw a TikTok where a kid was revealing too much info about his parents, and some commented, kids don't spill the tea. They dump it like it's 1733.
I love that.
I love that, although I don't think the Boston Tea Party was in 1733. But that is still very funny. I love that. And just for that, we're going to have to do 1733.
I love that.
They dump it. They really do dump it, though. It's so funny.
True.
That's actually the very first episode of Liberty's Kids, was the Boston Tea Party. And there's a great scene, and I make fun of people who actually live in DC for this, but there's a great part where Henri, this little 8-year-old French boy, is throwing tea over the side, and he's like, no taxation without representation. And the American kid comes up and he's like, do you even know what that means? And Henri's like, no, but everyone else is saying it. Yeah. And I'm like, if that is not humans in a nutshell, and DC in a nutshell, I don't know what it is. So in honor of Henri, we're going to do 1733. Unless we actually want to look up when the Boston Tea Party was, then we can do that.
Let's do 1733. And then we could always do the Boston Tea Party for another one.
It's turning into an American Revolution themed.
Yes.
We'll have to do 1781. Monsieur Hamilton, Monsieur Lafayette. Am I going to get copyrighted for that?
No, it's fine. It was your own like recreation of it, so you'll be fine.
Oh, Courtney says she thinks it was 1773. Should we do 73 or we should stick with 33?
I think 73 is gonna, switch it to like 18.
Yeah, it'll change it. So we'll keep it 33. I really hope I don't get a copyright strike for that.
I don't think you will.
Because I know that whole song and I will refrain from singing it, but know that as soon as I go on mute, the rest of the lyrics are coming out. All right. So everyone grab your Native American disguises, grab a crate of tea, and get ready to hurl it over the side of the ship into Boston Harbor, which ironically became the largest teapot in the history of mankind, and yet I don't think anybody would actually want to go swimming in that. Ugh. So if you're ready, start chucking tea or dumping tea, I guess, in 3, 2, 1. Yay! Everybody shames Sika. He was on something he wasn't supposed to be.
Oh no.
Everyone say bad Sika.
Bad Sika.
Oh, he got his attention. Yeah, he's my little troublemaker. He will not. I don't know why, but we have a fish tank. And he loves to sit on it.
Oh no.
So he'll go sit on it. And he's falling off my chair. Sika, child. But he also likes to scratch my husband's desk chair. And I'm like, Kat, you have a tower. What are you doing? So that's why everyone needs to say bad Sika.
Oh,
He's
Sika.
a bad boy. He's awfully cute. So how did everyone do for that Boston Tea Party sprint? It's not actually the Boston Tea Party. We know the dates are wrong.
I'm checking. Okay, I got 162 for that. And also, because we were talking about tea,
Yes.
I went and got some tea. And this is actually Twinings Gunpowder Green Tea. And it is, I guess, a company in London established in 1706. So, for all we know, this is the same tea that was thrown up. No, I'm sure they've adjusted.
They might have
it since
changed the
then.
recipe just a smidge.
Yeah, probably. I think didn't they come in like giant like blocks?
My only
back then?
knowledge of it is what was in Liberty's Kids. So I'm going to say yes, but I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. Oh, man. I only got 239, but that's because I got distracted by my cat.
Understandable.
Yes, he's very cute. He's not as small as he once was, but he's very cute. Grace is a cat with how cute.
I know.
Thanks. He's my baby. Him and his sister. They're my babies. Even though they drive me nuts, I love them. Says this awkward friend. They're wearing masks inside, and she's so awkward. Like, what is Nikki? I totally get that. My dad has, and not that necessarily that his friends are awkward, but my dad knows a lot of people in DC, and we've like been over to their houses or they've come over to ours, and I don't know how to converse with people because I don't know anything about them and I don't know how to talk politics with people. I'm like, so what'd you think of that last Star Wars movie? And they're like, what do you think about this, and this political issue? And I'm like, I'm gonna go. So I totally get that. I don't know how to converse with the people my dad works with. I'm like, hi, bye. Dr. Sprinkle is here.
Yes.
Dr. Sprinkle. I love your new icon avatar thing. It's so cute. Dr. Sprinkle, you're awesome. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, my cat. Just wait until you meet him. He's a little monster. Dr. Sprinkle says, hope everyone is doing well and that your writing is going well. Dr. Sprinkle, we hope the same thing for you. And for anybody wondering who doesn't know the whole Dr. Sprinkle thing, their last name is actually Sprinkle and they're studying, I think it's actual med school, right? Dr. Sprinkle, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like they're actually going through med school right now. So Dr. Sprinkle, they're awesome. Courtney says, I'm writing the last chapter of my book right now because I know how I want it to end. Just keep struggling with the middle part. Yes, I totally agree with that. The middle is always the hardest part to write. It's also the most difficult child to deal with. I was a middle child, y'all. Let's see. I mean, Lindsay says, never have people over, but when we do, it's always awkward. Why can't people talk to me like I'm human? I don't know why people can never talk to me like I was a kid. Like I went to take a child to work day, obviously years ago. And my dad's coworker just looks at me and all like, I mean, she was like really nice about it, but she's like looking at me like, so what do you think of Castro? Like Fidel Castro. And I'm like, I'm 7. I don't know who that is.
my goodness.
don't know how to talk to kids. It was so weird. And I'd be like, I don't know. I guess he's bad. We don't like him. Write down, we don't like, no, we don't like him. No. You know? Oh, man. 26 words at a time. Hey, but you're 26 closer. That's what's important. And Courtney got 358. Oh, I jumped again. Hold on a second. It says same. She asked me what I've been doing, and I was like, I've been writing, and I watched a movie today. She's like, what do you write?
That's the worst question to ever get asked by anyone as a writer. What do you write about? So tell me about your story. I don't know. Here's my summary. Just go into this. I don't know.
Here's chapters 1 through 30. I'm sorry. The rest. Tell me what you think it's about. It's just so, yeah, that is the most awkward thing, is when people are like, oh, you're a writer. What do you write? It's like, books.
I don't know. And then you feel really stupid because you're like, I promise, like, I do write something. I am, like, being, like, productive and, like, actually writing something. I just don't know how to describe it to you because you weren't there for the process of me, like, brainstorming this, like all my friends were. So they know, like, they're caught up. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Well, the funny thing that I get a lot too is, and it gets so annoying, is when people are like, oh, anything I've read, and I'm like, why do I have to be published in order to be a writer? You know, like it's just, it's such an annoying question to get. It's like, not yet, but I'm working on it. But it's like, you know, unless you've published something, to anyone who's not a writer or an author or whatever, like, you're not a writer if you haven't published anything. And I'm like, no, you can still write things. You just,
Yep.
And Yaza says it was cute how you pronounced. It turned into Sean Connery there for Helene. It was so cute how you pronounced.
Oh no, did I pronounce it wrong? I probably did.
Was it not is it Twinings?
Twinings?
Twine.
I bet it's Twinings. Twinings makes more sense. I think I said Twinnings.
My mom and dad drink their English breakfast tea, so I just hear it how they say it, which I think is Twinings.
Twinings.
I don't
That makes more sense.
I'm not sure. Lizzie says, I remember telling my eye doctor that I write teen romance back in July and was writing my first book, and I hope she didn't think I was writing something different. Didn't think I was writing something different from teen romance. Oh, man. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking when people ask you, like, you know, what are you doing? Like, or what do you write about? Or it's weird. I don't know. There's so many. Hold on a second. No, you're good. That made sense. I got it. I got you. I had a chance to tell people, but then they would ask questions. Yeah, it's the questions. They'll talk to me this year like, I'm either 30 or I'm a special needs kid. I'm permanently like 5 years old. Like, even now, if I see like adults, they're like, oh, you've grown. Cat, I will kick you over the balcony if you do not stop messing with the fish. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
Oh my Lord. I love him dearly. I absolutely do. And no one even bothers to remember my name. Who the heck is Isabella, Emily, Jennifer, Isabel, Eric, and Catherine? It sounds like my mom going through when she's trying to get our attention. Except my mom has gotten to the point where not only does she go through all the kids' names before she gets to yours, she throws the pet names in there too. So if she's trying to get my attention, she'll be Becca, Emily, Matt, Lyra, Lily, Maddie. It's just like, Mom, you know my name. Oh, you froze for a second. Darn it, I didn't get my camera in time.
I know.
Oh my gosh, they jumped. Hold on. Back when I was 19, I didn't know much about politics, so I asked a friend, who did you vote for? Because I didn't know how to start a political convo. I still don't. I'm like, I just stay away from that stuff. Because I grew up in a very argumentative area where everyone has to be right about their opinion. And if you have a different opinion, you're wrong. So I just stay away from that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, well, there's so many other topics to talk about. Let's talk about something fun that we can kind of agree on, or in a fun way disagree on. Cat?
Oh no.
Over there. Do. I just don't want people to get the wrong idea when I say romance. Aren't you too young to be writing stuff like that? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and that is sort of the thing, is that, and that's why I tell people, like, when I write things, it's like I have like romance in it, but it's not like the focus. Because if you just say straight up romance, it's like bow chicka bow wow from page 1 to page 92. So I just say, yeah, there's a love interest, and leave it there. And then people don't get confused. Hopefully, at least. No, you're not too young to write romance. There's so many levels of romance. Like, it is just kind of funny how people think that romance means one thing. And it's like, no, there's actually a lot of layers to it, friends.
Yes.
Their answer was, that's between me and God. No, so, hey, but you know what? If you don't want to talk about it, though, that's a good way out of it. I feel like that's the kind of answer I would have had if I had known that. I would have been like, that's between me and God. Only the big guy knows. No one else is going to know. But I understand how that can come off as a, someone who is not joking about it and being more like, arguing as opposed to being funny. But yeah, that would be my response. It's between me and my imaginary friend here. It's between me and Harvey. Someone said that to me now. I completely understand they said that. Yeah. No, absolutely. Oh, also, if people want to start shouting out, oh, we had another date, didn't we?
Oh, there's is it Twinings? That one?
I don't know.
1706? Oh, were we gonna do the Boston Tea Party, the actual?
We can either do the actual tea party, or we could do the year that you were looking up. Was it?
That was 1777. And that was the year, I believe, that Nathan Hale was hung for spying.
That was an episode of Liberty's Kids I will never forget. Oh my gosh. That wrecked me.
I know.
That absolutely wrecked me. I was so sad. Because who's imprisoned with him?
It was James.
It was James? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so depressing. Like, what the I was like, can we hang James instead and have Nathan do that? I mean, the American representation in this show. Yeah, that was a rough, very rough episode. Hey, Autumn! Hi. Everyone say hi to Autumn. Hi, Autumn. Yay. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, so we'll do 1777 for Nathan Hale, the character that should have been.
You know.
But it was like the episode where, I don't know if this is, hold on a second. I have a banner for this because this comes up quite a bit. It's like the episode where where her cousin dies. That wrecked me too.
That one was sad.
I was like, this is supposed to be a kid's show? It was like, oh my gosh, just constant. There's so many sad things that happen in that show. You had the Nathan Hale episode. You had the thing that happened to her cousin. I think there was another one that was like really, I know there was a third one. I can't remember what it is now.
I know there was one with Molly Pitcher and her husband died. I don't know if we met her husband or not, but I just remember that one was really kind of depressing too.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of sad episodes. Like that didn't have to deal with death. Like actually, again, the first episode with the Boston Tea Party, some guy gets tar and feathered. I mean, you don't see it, but you like see the aftermath of it, and it's like, whoa, this is heavy.
That one was intense. I was
that was rough, y'all. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen Liberty's Kids, you need to watch it because it is more than just a kid's show. It is hands down like one of the best, most like well done representations of the American Revolution. Like it's still enjoyable while being educational, and it's kind of like it gives you all sides of it too. Like,
Yes.
you know, the Americans weren't entirely the good guys, the British weren't entirely the bad guys, and the show does a really good job of balancing that. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Yes.
Um,
And actually, I don't think they actually show like an on-screen death. Or if it is, there's like no blood or whatever. It's very, because it is a kid show. So if you're worried about like violence or whatever, like, yeah, there's heavy topics like what we were talking about, but it's not like even in the battle scenes, like you'll just see a gun like fall to the ground. Like
yeah,
that's how it symbolizes that the person's dead because this is a kid show.
I do remember that every time someone dies, the gun just drops. It's yeah, I do remember that. But seriously, it is such a good show. Here, I'll take the banner down because it's not spoilers anymore. Um, but it is a really great show, and yeah, like Helene said, there's no like actual blood or anything, and all the deaths are implied, except for one. I actually think her cousin is the only one who dies on screen.
Yeah.
I think they fade to black before they actually hung Nathan Hale in the show. They just had it set up so you knew that that's what was
Yeah,
going to happen.
I'm very sure they faded to black because I would have remembered if they actually showed him being hung. Like that would have been way too intense.
Like Disney was more graphic than Liberty's Kids, if that tells you anything about
Yeah.
Liberty's Kids. And Disney, I would watch Tarzan and the scene. Hold on a second. For those of you who don't know, for the scene where Clayton dies, did you see the shadow?
Mhm.
Yeah. What the heck, Disney? You got some things you need to work on. We've got some issues. Okay, but we're actually gonna start this instead of talking about how dark Disney is. I could go on forever. So 1777 actually translates to 1817. I have no idea what happened in that year. I can't even fathom a guess. I'm gonna say that's the year that Aaron Burr died, and I'm gonna look it up to see if I'm even close to that. Um, I will never stop it, Autumn. Never. Never. Alrighty. Hold on a second. So if you all are ready, um, grab your Minutemen uniform, take your powder, take your gun, report to General Washington. Hurry now, there's not a moment to lose. If you guys have ever seen Schoolhouse Rock, we're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I didn't press. Okay, there we go. Helps if I press the button. Hooray! Look at my horrible lighting
I was
here.
gonna say you're all dramatic now.
Sorry, the way you said it made me think of that scene from. Have you seen Clue?
Yes.
You know, he's going through like Wadsworth is like running through the house and he's like replaying like all the events of the night. He's like, and then the doorbell ring and Mrs. White looking pale and tragic.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Oh,
I think that was on Amazon Prime for free for a while, and I rewatched it, and I'm like, this movie is gold. Like,
it's classic.
it's so good. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1. The only time I will ever remember a math equation. So, how did you do for that sprint?
Well, I didn't do any words. I actually was checking my emails because I have one of my friends, she lives in Guatemala right now, but she's a writer as well, and she's been too busy to write, but she's been begging me to like give her like characters to create or like magic to develop. So I was like, I'm working on this project, Project Goldwings, and I have some ideas for the magic system, but I basically had emailed her specifics, and so she's gonna send me some ideas, gonna kind of be a brainstorming buddy for me with magic. So I was checking for that, and then I was rereading Rushindi Chronicles, book one, because I remembered that I had a goal of trying to get it out to beta readers before the end of 2020. And I was like, let's just see where we're at because I haven't reread it in a while. It's almost there. It's almost there. I promise.
You want to send it this way.
I want to send it this way. Right now.
Sorry, that was funny. Sorry. It made me think of another movie reference. Have you ever seen Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Yes!
You know the scene where he says, walk this way?
Yes! Oh no! Oh. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what I did for that sprint. And I discovered, maybe I'm just in a very forgiving mood, but I discovered that book one isn't as bad as I thought it was, and it's actually pretty good. So, because you know how you have like days where you're like, oh my gosh, this is like the absolute worst garbage anyone has ever written, and then there's days when it's like, this is so great. Why am I not published yet? Like, I'm gonna be a bestseller. Like, so I'm having a good day with it.
That's good.
Don't know if that means my writing's good or if I'm just being very forgiving right now, but yeah, so that's what I did for that sprint.
That's awesome. I got 572 for that sprint, which is the best I've done in a while. But I think it's because the scene that I'm doing right now is like one of those fun ones where it's like, haha,
Yes.
So, yeah, I had my character almost pummel someone, so that's always fun.
I love that.
I'm not a PG person. Like when I write, I am PG-13 to R when it comes to the violence. I guess I should say the violence is like PG-13 to R. I don't normally do the other things. That's new territory for me, but we'll see. Dr. Sprinkle is almost a 2. Oh my gosh, I can't count. 22K. There we go.
Yes.
Yay. Per Google, Hawaii planted coffee for the first time in 1817. Well, there you go. Celebrating Hawaii.
Coffee's good.
Coffee is good.
I like coffee. And tea. We like them both.
Especially if you put some Irish cream in it. It doesn't have to be alcoholic either. So
that's good.
Dr. Sprinkle says, I love saying Dr. Sprinkle, excited about getting more work into my writing. NaNoWriMo has been quite a motivational point. That's good. It hasn't been for me this year.
No, I don't know what it is with this year. Like, I slipped, and then it's just so hard to get back on track anymore. I've never had this problem before.
I think it's just because we're all just so tired. because 2020 has been draining emotionally, physically. Like, it's just, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with Nano. I'm not with Nano. We're done with 2020.
Yeah.
Nikki got 261. Woohoo! And she has just 600 more words until she hits 40K. You can do it. I bet you can get that 600 because we're going to do one more date and then we're going to do a 5-minute mad dash. And the mad dashes are my favorite. Courtney says, I attended a hiring event for a new psych hospital opening and they sent me a Starbucks gift card. That's always nice.
I love that.
That's what I get my birthday cards from my aunt and uncle is a Starbucks gift card. And I'm like, thanks. I don't really go to Starbucks. Thanks. So I just give them to my dad. So I guess Lori and Tim, if you're watching this, if you ever see this, thanks. You're supplying my dad's Starbucks addiction. 562 from handwritten words. Wow. Yeah. See, when bleep hits the fan, that's when the words flow. Nikki got 40. I keep saying Nicole, but it's Nikki. Got 42 words. Very nice. Devin is asking, is it a ceiling fan or a portable fan? One of my favorite quotes. I wanted to take a shot of orange juice every time he said feelings. I wanted to punch him in the feelings.
I love that.
That's hilarious. It's a ceiling fan, Devin, covered in I love it. And Courtney is asking Dr. Sprinkle what kind of medicine they want to specialize in. I love that Dr. Sprinkle is Dr. Sprinkle. That makes me
It looks cool written out too, like that.
Yes. I would happily take my kids to someone named Dr. Sprinkle.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, do we have another date that we want to do? And then we'll do our 5-minute mad dash and then we'll wrap. Anybody?
Don't look at me. All the ones I have are from Revolutionary War. So if you want to do something like
Revolutionary War is totally fine. It's a part in our history. I feel like nobody really studies for very long. So time to educate the people.
We could do 1781. You're welcome. You're welcome.
See, this is how you know that Helene and I are Hamilton fans, is because there are certain dates where you're like, oh, you know what we could do? The election of 1800.
Ooh.
Jefferson or Burr. We know it's lose-lose, Jefferson or Burr. But if you had to choose...
Yes, let's do that.
We're going to do 1800. Actually, fun fact, and this is something that I think Hamilton got historically correct, is the reason why we have a vice president now and you can like choose your candidate for vice president is because the way it worked was whoever came in second was the vice president by default. Yeah. TJ, Thomas Jefferson, was the first president to change that because he didn't want to work with Aaron Burr.
I remember reading about that like in government class or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's so weird. Like imagine having your second in command like be the person who you were running against and then lost to. Like that'd be so weird.
I know. Although I love all the John Adams jokes in that show. John Adams doesn't stand a chance. Sorry, history. I love it. And Dr. Sprinkle is biochemistry, going to be a scientific doctor of biochemistry, which is awesome. Still, Dr. Sprinkle. Ah, we have Dr. Lizzie too. So we have Dr. Lizzie and Dr. Sprinkle.
Yes.
Courtney, 2020 has been.
No. We did not do that cursed number. No.
We're going with the election of 1800. Can we get back to politics, please? These last spreads are just going to be nothing but Hamilton references. I hope you guys are prepared for that. All right. So everybody get your ballots ready. Decide if you're voting for Aaron Burr or Thomas Jefferson. Honestly, in real life, I don't know which one was the lesser of two evils. Who knows? We know it's lose-lose, but if you had to choose, there you go. So start choosing in 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Woo-hoo.
Yay!
Yay! So I'm just now looking at the time, and we are at the 3-hour mark. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make that our last sprint. No 5-minute mad dash today, but there will be more later, so nobody panic. How did we do for that last sprint?
I continued rereading idioms, so it was good. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's good. I was just kind of rereading it. I'm at a part with Project Goldwings where like I know what needs to happen in the chapter or in the scene I'm writing, but it's just like not super exciting to write, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm torn between like, coming up with ways to make it exciting to write or just like forcing myself to just like get this out here because it's all foreshadowing, it's all build up at this point. So yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of procrastinating on writing this next scene.
No, I totally get that. I was struggling through that the entire time until I got to like this point in time in the story. So I get that. I got 393 for that last sprint. And then
Yes.
overall for the whole stream, I got 2413. So
What?
I'm very happy about that.
My goodness.
So
Send some of those words my way, please.
okay, I'll send you some. So I
Thank you,
saw
thank you.
that Bree popped in, and yes, that was our last sprint. Bree, I don't know what my cat is doing, but that was our last sprint. Yeah, I took a page out of Autumn's write-a-thon book and decided to go for the 3 hours because I needed it, and Helene needed it as well. So yes, everyone's saying hi to Bree, and then hi to Devin, and Devin says, if you want more sprints, I got a blank page of streaming right now. So if you all need more, like I probably do, y'all can hop over there. And then there's 383 for Lizzie. Very nice. So we have actually, Helene, Autumn, and I have a live stream tomorrow morning, kind of like a little Friendsgiving live stream. And that is going to be at 7 a.m. Eastern
Standard Time.
Okay, that's what I thought, because if it was 7 a.m. your time, I don't want to get that confused.
No, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be 5 a.m. for me. So, I'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for sure.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm the one who scheduled the sprint, so like
you are the one who scheduled that. And then on Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Helene, Autumn, and I will be back for another stream, and that will be on Autumn's channel.
I think so.
And then we have another one at 10:30 p.m. on Monday. That's going to be on my channel. So you all will be sick of us by the end of NaNoWriMo. Trust me.
The whole last week, we just got to get those live streams going.
So Helene, is there anything else you would like to say before we wrap?
Just thank you, Maddie, and thank you guys for watching and writing with us. And thanks for the invite, Maddie, because I seriously needed this so bad. Even though I didn't write that much, I did finish up that one scene I was stuck on. And now I'm at least working on another scene. So progress.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Sorry. And for those of you who are not subscribed to Helene, the link to her channel is down below in the description box. So go over there and click on that link and go follow her. Also, give this stream a like, a thumbs up. It just helps and it's nice. You don't have to, but it's nice and we appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching. And we will see you all tomorrow morning for some Thanksgiving sprints. Good luck with your projects for the rest of the day, and we will see y'all tomorrow.